are going to paint watercolor like that. So it is called the kimchi pot, which is one of representative things of Korea. So let's get started. So we are going to draw first. It shouldn't be perfect because kimchi pot is handmade, so it's not really perfect. So I am going to draw some upside down kimchi pot, the in front of others. One or I like draw maybe 3 more. And the last one. Maybe like that. And we are going to make some mark in it, like as a highlight, because watercolor is transparent, so if you don't make highlight, it doesn't seem right. So maybe here, it's not specific drawing, it's just mark that you don't want to color in it. So inlead. So we are done with the sketch. It was a very simple sketch because it's not very complicated painting. After that, we are going to color in it, and the most of the kimchi pot has brown color, so I'm going to use brownish color or of brownish color. First of all, I am going to use burnt amber color with dark brown color with water because it's watercolor painting. So if you add lots of water, it goes very light color. Can you see that? Like that. But if you add less water with more color, it goes like that. So if you feel uncomfortable with bigger brush, you can always use smaller brush, because as a beginner, bigger brush should be hard sometimes. So think about your sketch that you make like a line, so you don't want to interrupt other kimchi pot. And with only water, you can actually clean up the line, and it will show you natural highlight like that. So can you see that? Less color and more color and less water make the color strong. and change your brush and use the color that you already used. So it is better if you start bright color first and goes darker color. It's less mistake you can make. Did you see here? I like here because it is what watercolor is. So highlight there. And actually the very top part I want to use very light, very light yellowish color, like that. That's it. And with smaller brush you can actually paint more detail. And we are going to move on. I don't suggest for you to paint here because it is still wet. If you paint here, this color goes this part and it will look a little bit messy. So I'm going to paint another kimchi pot here. So you have two ways to paint. Very light color goes first, or you can go darker color like I'm doing. And you can use only water and you fade the color with only water. And don't forget, we made a highlight here, so you don't want to paint them. And you can go darker color over the light color, like that. And then as we did, the lid is the same thing. So one of the thing about why I love watercolor painting is not that you can control everything. So as you see, the water makes some pattern here and it makes the painting attractive to me. So let's go here. Seems like a little bit dry. Just be careful the edge part. Can you see that? The color goes together. And I am adding from red too, so it has different color in it, like that. And when you paint this part, you want to use just only water. What about if I put more blue color in it? I want to show you how darker this color gets. Can you see that? If you feel it's too dark, you can always add some brown color, make it brighter. Yes. So it's really good to experiment to mix your color, and you can see how various the color could be. So please don't forget to highlight. It's the key to make the painting better. Did you see that? I made mistake here. We are going to take care of that because it is a watercolor, so you need to be careful. So you can actually use the water to clean up. And we are going to add some dark color, so it will cover up, so don't worry about this one. And let's start this one. Did you see that? I'll just cover it up. So as a watercolor, if you could use darker color, you can fix it, but the bright color is hard to fix it, so you have to think about it when you make mistake. Did you see that? I didn't do highlight mark here, but I know here. So if you forget it, you have to remember it. I added more burnt sienna, so it looks a little bit reddish. Did you see this space? What do you think here? It should be connected with this part. So I am going to paint very dark color because it's very behind, so it should be really dark. But it's still wet, so I'm going to wait, but I can do that here. And here we need to paint a really dark color. Here and here too. And here. And the last one. Make a strong color, the dark color, to paint the edge. Maybe I am mixing a little bit of purple with a dark brown it will give me darker color like that. And I want to make sure that it is lit, so I am adding a little bit of color here. Yes, we are done with the pot, and we are going to do the background. And it is the fun part, so we are not going to paint like a specific pattern, but I'm going to use just only water. So make the paper wet first. It's the way that if you put some color, it goes very naturally with the water. And I'm going to use some green color like sap green. To add some blue color with the sap green, and like here, very dark. Marine blue or some blue color like that. And what is the fun part here, which is you are going to use some salt. So before it gets dry, you can put some salt in it. And can you see that already? It's working because salt absorbs the water, so it will make some unique and beautiful pattern. And you don't need to put too much salt, because if there are too much salt, it doesn't work. So you have to wait until it gets totally dried. Then it will have some pattern. After you clean the salt, you can see. Can you see the pattern here? Oh, pattern here. So it's what the salt works. So after that, you can have a beautiful, how can I show? You can have a beautiful painting like that. And I hope you enjoy this painting, and Happy New Year!